Hello there, my name's Glenn. I'm going to be talking quite quietly because it's late at night, but it's just past midnight and Inktober has started. So I'm gonna get started because I'm quite excited and anxious and I just want to start it, and I won't be able to get to sleep now if I try, so I'm gonna start Inktober now. Okay, hello everyone. It's currently day 13 of Inktober actually when I'm recording this, this video is only going to be the first 4 days, mainly because of how long it takes to edit the videos, and I'm prioritising actually doing the pictures rather than making videos about it. If you'd like to see more recent Inktober pictures, I'm keeping up with it so far. Then you can go to my Instagram. Anyway, yeah, so this is day 1, fish, and as you can see, I started out sketching the picture on a different piece of paper, and then sort of transferred it onto a piece of Bristol board to finish it off with copic markers. The reason for that is just, I don't know, I guess I like sketching more with kind of oil pastels and coloured pencils, you know, just to get my basic shapes and forms down and everything, and then doing the rest with copic markers. Obviously you can't put copic markers over oil pastels, so you know, gotta change the surface I'm drawing on. Also, the thing about Bristol board is, I mean, you don't want to be sketching all over it and rubbing it out and getting it all messy, do you? You know, you want to, you know, the pencil does sort of show through the markers a little bit, you know. Yeah, so this was day 1, fish, and I've just been drawing the first thing that comes to my mind when it comes to these prompts, and on this one the first thing that came to my mind was just sort of like because I was sort of thinking of, I looked up the word fish in the dictionary, not because I don't know what the word fish means, but you know, just because it's good, it gives you some different ideas sometimes. And there was someone with like another definition that people don't always use, called like a cold fish or something, like an undesirable person, and it just made us think of like a shady person who was like, you know, sitting in a bar. So I decided to combine those things and do that. Anyway, I'm way behind here. Yeah, this is day 2, Wisp, and yeah, as you can see, I started the whole thing again because my first idea wasn't really working very well. My first idea was just to sort of do an automatic drawing, and then try and use the automatic drawing as the basis for the drawing that I ended up with, but it wasn't really working out, so I changed, and this is a wisp of snipe, which is once again looking it up in the dictionary. Another meaning for the word wisp is a wisp of snipe, snipe being a type of bird. So what this is basically a wisp of snipe just means like a flock of snipe, and this is a wisp of snipe. I tend to kind of anthropomorphize, if I said that right, animals a little bit, and I've kind of anthropomorphized these here a little bit as well, because they're almost like an audience and there's one of them talking at the front. I kept this one very simple actually. I just kind of kept it very minimal, you know, and I tried to kind of use different different tones for the ones in the background than the one in the foreground, just to make that one stand out a bit. Day 3 bulky. Now the first thing that came out in my mind for this one was like a big sort of, like Humvee, like Hummer type, massive big bright yellow truck type thing, and then from there I started thinking about monster trucks, and then I was thinking, I don't know what, I don't want to just draw a monster truck by itself. So I decided to draw like a monster truck going through like a fast food drive-through, because I kind of always liked the idea of like, I always thought it would be like a fun idea to have like someone using a monster truck as like their main car sort of thing, and just doing like sort of mundane things that you would do in a normal car, like in a monster truck. I've never seen that happen in real life. It did happen in, there was a comic called Hate, written by Peter Bagg. Some of you may know it, some of you may not. And in that, when he goes home to New Jersey, he buys a monster truck, and he kind of uses the monster truck just as his normal car, because it's the only car he can afford, which is kind of funny. And this is kind of that sort of thing. So it's like a monster truck going through a drive-through and getting some food. This is one of the drawings that I'm kind of the least fond of so far, actually, out of all the ones that I've done so far. It just didn't kind of work, didn't kind of come out the way I wanted it to. I don't know. I don't know why. It just, I don't know. I just think that the figures look a bit awkward in it, and the car looks a bit awkward. It doesn't look quite right. Maybe the perspective is too extreme or something. I don't know. I mean, on the one hand, like, it's kind of good because it makes the car look more bulky, I guess, but at the same time, it kind of looks a bit weird. Stuff that's not quite right about it. Plus, the people were too small to really sort of give them good faces and things, And I ended up just putting like a daft sort of smiley mouth on that one face, which I don't know why I did that, but I did, whatever. Yeah, it was alright though. Day 4 radio. Yeah, for this one I just had the idea of like a sort of like a guy in a lighthouse on like an old CB radio, talking to the ships at sea. So that's what I drew. I had quite a lot of difficulty with that hand, actually. That hand that's reaching out for the cup, I was kind of, it's quite a difficult angle to draw, because it was kind of coming straight towards the viewer, that hand. So it was took a bit of fannying on to kind of get that right, but I think it was all right eventually. Oh, and as you can see, I kind of added extra perspective points. So I kind of, just drew on my drawing board there, and added 2 extra perspective points in order to kind of, place things. I didn't want everything to be exactly parallel. It's a round table at the end of the day, so, put some extra perspective points in there just to get things that weren't perfectly square on. Yeah. While I'm drawing these, I'm usually listening to I've usually got some live performance of some music on or something. During the first 2 days I was listening to a lot of Esperanza Spalding, I think she's called. Yeah, I was listening to some of her stuff, some live performances of her. When I was doing this one, or when I was doing the kind of the penciling stage, I think I'd stopped by the time I got to this stage. But when I was doing this one, I had a footage of the Gorillaz at Glastonbury in 2010. Yeah, and they had like a performance where they had like Marky Smith from The Fall came out and sang with them for one song, and so did Lou Reed, and so did Snoop Dogg as well. And I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, gotta admire you've got to admire performance which has like Marky Smith and Snoop Dogg in the same performance. I don't know, it's just seems unlikely, you know, like, which means it's cool, you know, because of that. Yeah, and the floor there, just trying to do like shadows under the table for the floor, and didn't really come out that well. Also, my pen got a bit leaky. One of my brown pens got a bit leaky, so the table ended up a bit splotchy on the top, just because of that. Yeah. That's me touching it up with some white gouache there. Just doing the dials on the thing and stuff, and that's the finished picture. And this is going to be the end of the video as well. So you know, if you like this video, then you know, like the video on YouTube, subscribe to it, you know, all the usual things. Yeah, I haven't been uploading that much content recently, but you know, I'm still working on it. But yeah, I'm doing Inktober, so if you want to see my Inktober drawings, go to my Instagram page, at Glenn Art Stuffs, Glenn with 2 N's, an S on the end. And I realised, yeah, I've just hit 100 subscribers recently as well, so I'm gonna try and make like a special video about that or something, you know, fairly soon. But I'm gonna get Inktober out of the way first. Also, my computer broke towards the end of September, so I had to kind of stop dead making videos. And that's all. Thank you very much. Bye bye.